My mailing list is KristinChirico.com. That's where all my tour dates are. Please sign up for my mailing list so that I can, do stand-up comedy. So what happened is that you sent me this at 2:30 in the morning, which is the witching hour for my brain. And you were just like, I didn't know baseball had show tunes or whatever.
Down to business to defeat hounds. Did they send us puppies when we asked for hounds? We're the baddest bunch they've ever met, and they haven't got a clue. Is they will the best out of you.
It's not baseball, it's banana ball, which is a completely different thing. Baseball is baseball. Banana ball is like a weird exhibition style game that the Savannah Bananas basically made up in order to, I guess, sell tickets to families because you got to figure out what to do with like your little wiener
Savannah
kids.
Bananas are like, is that not even a D League or?
No, they're so they used to be like a very, 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 very minor league, like not even in the minor leagues, like just like a fucking barnstormer team, like just like a nothing regional whatever team. And now they're not that anymore. Now they're just an exhibition team. They're basically the Harlem Globetrotters, but much less impressive. Because
I don't know. That was pretty impressive. They were singing.
they were.
And look at his cock print.
Okay. Listen. I'm sure there are a lot of people who love the Savannah Bananas. I'm sure there are. I know everyone. I'm sure there are people who are like, they do backflips. Or like, no, the refs dance. Or like, they're just, you know.
Okay, but you have to give him credit for the fact that he can sing. Like, he can sing.
Okay, lots of people can sing. Have you watched
No, they can't. Oh, come on. Lots of people can sing. Have you watched American Idol auditions?
I was about to feel like lots of people can sing. Have you watched the American Idol auditions?
They're terrible.
That's confirmation bias. Listen, okay, but like, I don't care that he can sing. The point is that it's not baseball. It's banana ball.
It's not baseball.
It's not banana ball. It's basically like pro wrestling, but it's not even fixed. It's like they still.
Oh my god, that's funny. The plate. That's so funny. You just smashed a plate.
Yeah, they basically just play. I mean, here's why. Okay, here's why banana ball sucks. Okay. Banana ball is basically like a modified version of baseball where basically whoever's winning at the end of 2 hours wins. It's exhibition style games. It's not actual games. It's basically just like, it's an opportunity for them to fuck around on the field. Here's why banana ball sucks. It's maximalized for TikTok, which means it's fun for you to watch on a little screen. But like, imagine you're one of those like 50,000 people. You can't see shit.
Yeah.
You're looking at a guy. You're looking at a guy doing a dance from like half a mile away.
That's also your fault for buying tickets to Banana Ball.
Dude, these places sell out. They bring their children to like these games. Like this is like a huge.
This is so funny.
It's a huge business.
What is the age group?
It's families. It's basically families bring their children.
It's
to
like Harlem. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball.
But they don't do like cool baseball tricks. They just do dances. I
gotta tell you. Oh my god, they're in skirts. Oh my god, this is doing something to me. Why do they have pants under? Flash me, daddy.
Who's
the kids in the black? Yeah.
Yeah, the kids. Yeah, because they're children.
Sorry, take that back.
Because it's for children. It's for children. Like, what is the fact this has millions of views? I'm just like, why? What is like? This is basically every fucking like. This is every wedding.
I don't know. I do think it is
me and
cool.
the groomsmen got together to do a cool dance. Except that you're paying money to watch it. Like, listen, I understand that children require just an inordinate amount. Constant entertainment. Constant
also,
whatever.
I like the fact that we have musical theater and sport together.
But it's not sports. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. Like, it's like, but here's the thing. Baseball is such a beautiful, impressive sport. It's such a beautiful, romantic, incredible sport. And like, I don't think it needs dances for it to be interesting. Especially because, I'm not gonna lie, dances at like watching dances at home plate from like the fucking nosebleeds, not interesting.
Well, they've got the screens.
Yeah,
neither is a concert.
The screens are not that. What, really? This is what you want to watch? You want to go pay money to watch a guy do burpees at home plate? That's.
They made that kid's day.
Was that a kid?
That was a
Yeah, that was a kid.
I don't even know. Listen, I don't know what children are anymore. What were the other things I basically just like...
She was so angry at Banana Ball. Like, I literally sent it to her and I was like, she's not even gonna respond to this. Like, she's like, I was a complete one-off. I woke up 7 text messages from her. She's like, well, now I'm just thinking about Banana Ball at 2:30 in the morning. I was like, whoa, my bad. I thought this was funny.
Nothing is funny. Nothing is funny about fucking Banana Ball. Here's the thing about Banana Ball. The most famous player in Banana Ball is a guy who plays on stilts. On stilts. And then 2 years later, they hired their first woman. They had a guy on stilts for 2 years.
First woman.
Before they had a woman.
I don't love that. That's fair. I don't love that.
Also, so dangerous to play on stilts on a fucking baseball diamond. Like,
I mean,
for what? For
you
what?
can't hate it and also care about their safety.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is America. I can hate and love. Okay, I contain multitudes. Yeah, basically, it started out as like just as a means by which to sell tickets to like very, 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 very small baseball games. Where it's like, well, if we do cool dances, people will bring their kids. And then it became just this overwhelming phenomenon where people are like, where it's for children. It's for children, and like I get it, like children need stuff to do. I can tell you this: if I had been brought to this as a child, I probably would have hung out in the bathroom for like 2 hours. Like it's just like I don't understand. Like I don't understand the age range. Who's this for?
This is so that you can take your daughter and your son to something, and they're under 10 years old, and you can get drunk with the other moms.
Or you can teach your daughter the rules of baseball and not have her be like adrift in all male conversations in her 20s. Okay, here's my other fucking tangent. I think fathers have an obligation to teach their female children about how to talk about sports. I think that is a thing that you need as a survival mechanism to network as an adult woman. And like the fact that like there are fathers who don't do it, I think is neglectful and annoying. Like
when they are themselves interested in that sport.
Yes, when they are themselves interested in that sport. But if you know about sports and you're not teaching your daughters about sports, you're only teaching your sons, you're fucking up.
Yeah, because your daughter definitely wants your approval and would love to be included in it. So just like consider.
Also, your daughter needs that skill. Your daughter is going to need that skill because that is how men who don't know each other talk to each other.
Yeah.
They're like, what sports do we like? What do we have in common? Let's start there. And like when it's honestly, I feel like it's even more important than like learning how to play golf in that like, it's like the great equalizer. Like you can talk to anyone about sports.
Yeah.
And like when women,
you can go to any bar in America and
talk to people about sports.
Yeah, that you have a town you've never been to, and go to a sports bar and strike up a conversation with somebody.
And when you're at like a networking event, and you don't know how to talk to a man.
Yeah.
In a professional way, like sports is a great like so
yeah.
not
you
knowing.
Watched the game last night.
Yeah. So I feel like when dads don't teach their daughters about sports, you're basically just like setting her up to like be like asking you for money in her 30s. I don't know what to tell you. This is your fault. So is this the anti-dads? Is this the anti-kids and family and dads episode?
Since one banana ball TikTok and suddenly it's...
What other things were I mad about? Banana ball. I literally...
I had no idea I was going to start this.
So mad. It's like the pro wrestling of baseball, but it's worse than pro wrestling because A, they modified it to play a weird version of baseball, which means the storylines aren't even fixed. And B, it's maximized for TikTok, so it's boring as shit to watch live. Like, why would you pay to watch someone who can sing kind of good on a baseball diamond when you can pay a little bit more to watch someone who can sing on a stage? Because you can bring your son and daughter to the same fucking thing. Bring your daughter to a normal baseball game.
And bring your son to a musical.
Bring your son to Talbot's, okay? It's time he bought a dress.
It's time he saw Les Mis.
Trans your kids immediately.
Puberty blockers stat.
This is all I'm saying. Sponsored by Coke.
Coke Zero will trans your daughter.
Yeah, Coke Zero. It'll trans your daughter. Is that a good ad read? Think they'll sponsor us?
They'll never sponsor us. We're going to talk about how Idaho is one of the worst states and should just fall off.
Idaho, you mean like the cradle of white supremacy in the PNW?
Yeah.
So basically, we're talking about Idaho because Idaho basically made it illegal to be a trans person in the state of Idaho.
They basically created a pipeline to prison.
Yeah, they basically created it so if you are, I guess, caught using a bathroom that does not match your assigned gender or whatever, after so many violations, you can actually be sentenced to life in prison. I think it's 4. I think it's after 4 violations. So basically, like, if you are in the state of Idaho, you can basically use a bathroom 3 times if you're a trans person before you have to go to prison for life, which basically effectively makes it illegal to be trans in Idaho. That's kind of the ball game. Like, not to talk about baseball again, but like that is sort of the ball game. And like I think that, like, I don't know whether or not this law is going to stand up towards any court challenges. Like, it's like obviously like it's going to move through like several court systems, but like knowing our court system, I think it's, you know, somewhat likely that it will stay. And if it does stay, then other states will try to do it, which means that we will now have a patchwork of states in this country where it is functionally illegal to be trans, where it is functionally illegal to transport yourself across those state lines to get to a different state. Which is like, I think I get so angry. There were so many people in my DMs when Trump was reelected who were just like, I don't know why you're so mad at me. I obviously care about trans issues. And I was just like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
you
you
don't.
fucking don't.
No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. Like, it's like you think that, like, you are in control of this situation. And I am telling you right the fuck now that you are dumb and you are not. Like, you are not in control of shit. You cannot, like, you cannot control a fascism machine.
You can't control Godzilla.
No, you can't control Godzilla. You can't control Godzilla. He is going to, you know, irradiate everyone and be, you know, a poignant memoir about paranoia, about, like, you know, nuclear threats in post-World War II Japan. And that's, you know, the good part about Godzilla. What were we talking about?
How have you voted for Trump?
Oh, yeah. If you voted for Trump, you're terrible. I hate you.
Yeah, you're part of the fucking problem.
Yes.
And this is a fucking huge red, as Trixie Mattel says, is a huge red flag across your fucking face for the rest of your life.
The rest of your life. For the rest of your life.
It's a moral fucking failing.
Can I say my hot take?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my hot take. I think if you are a professional athlete and they are selling jerseys with your name on the back, the company selling the jerseys should be legally obligated to include who you voted for in the last presidential election in the product description. People should have to see that and grapple with it before they purchase your jersey. It should be like a cancer warning on a pack of cigarettes. You can still do it. You're free to buy whatever you want, but you should know Clayton Kershaw probably voted for Trump.
Yeah. And I said this, and this
yes.
around.
I think you should. I think fanatics. I think this is my terrible business idea. I think you should have to know. I think that you should have to grapple with who you are representing.
You know what? Not even fanatics, but I think there should be, like, you know how, like, honey.com with the discounts, you just put it's like a plugin with the Chrome browser.
Oh, really?
They should make a Chrome browser extension where for any jersey you're gonna purchase, you can run a check through.
Wait, this is doable. You could actually, someone could probably build
this.
a Chrome extension. Well, because that's not, so voting records aren't public, but donation records are public.
Donation records are public. Also, if you just do a Google search of their name and like political statements or political things, you could create a Chrome extension.
Because there is a Chrome extension called Shinigami Eyes, where it's basically like it.
That sounds like a curse.
Well, it's
Shinigami Eyes.
I forgot if it's a Chrome extension or if it's just a Twitter extension. I forget, but like it's an extension of some kind. Basically, what it does is, excuse me, I think it's just a Twitter extension. It basically makes certain names on Twitter red if they are known anti-trans people.
Wow.
And then like people who are known pro-trans people are green.
So not a curse, but a positive incantation.
Yes. So I think like there should be a version of that, but for pro athletes when you're buying their jersey. You should have a plug-in where like I should know who they donated to. I should know that because like, you know, they have so much money. Do they need more?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I also don't want to be publicly repping somebody that I don't stand with their moral values.
No, I don't. And I think that like a lot of athletes get away with the fact that most people don't care. And I think that like this is one axis in which like I think you should have to grapple with that. I'm not saying you don't buy it. I'm not saying you don't wear it.
But you should just be made aware.
You should be made aware. You should have to grapple with that. You should have to really sit and think about what it is. Think about whether or not, you know, this guy who voted for $8 gas is really your guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, this guy who raped a 14-year-old and slapped her in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, people who vote, I know, it's funny because like all these people who are my DMs who are just like, I voted for Trump, why are you so mad at me? I wish, a lot of them have blocked me. I wish I could like find them now and be like, you like this? You having fun?
Yeah, you having fun?
You having a good time?
Yeah.
You liking this?
Are we getting out of all the wars that we have no reason
you
to
really
be
happy?
in?
You happy, girl?
Yeah. Is America great? Are we putting America first?
Are you happy? I'm like, oh,
yeah, because I
my
actually think we're
goodness.
putting pedos first.
Yeah, no.
Remember that whole thing you wanted to have happen? Expose pedophiles, drain the swamp. Yeah, the swamp. We're in the bog, bitch.
Especially because like, if you were following me and you voted for Trump, that means that like you probably, I know.
What cognitive dissonance
so
to you?
incongruous.
What the fuck? What?
So weird. It doesn't
What level of traumatic brain injury have you incurred?
Understand the people, like the fact that there were so many people who followed me who voted for Trump. I was just like, what is going on? Like I'm not. This isn't my first day here.
No.
Like I don't understand what you thought I was about, or that you like. Makes no sense to me. But I do think that like because of that, they're probably. You know, obviously there are people who are like so deep in the Trump sauce, like they'll never come out from under it, which is like I don't know, go fucking have fun with it, go do a puzzle about it, I guess. I don't know. But I think that there are some people who genuinely were just like, I have been told I'm worried about the future of children, and I have been told that the reason that children are in danger is immigrants, vaccines, and trans people, and I think. Those people specifically are looking at this situation and being like, oh fuck, oh no. And I just really want to like get in their DMs and like just rub it in their little faces a little bit.
Yeah, I also too think like the evangelical Christians and like these people who are, you know, so concerned about kids and their safety. It's like, wake up and smell the you fuckface. Like,
I don't care.
They don't care. They are committing, the people you voted for committed the crimes against the children.
They don't care. They don't care. They literally do not care. I can't, like, well, okay, here's the thing. They don't believe it.
Yeah.
Their brains will not allow them to believe it.
Yeah.
It's like.
Leavingmaga.org. Check it out.
They're not going to do it. And it's just like, they're not, I think that people can change and people do change. I think there's a lot of people over the age of like 70 who are not going to change.
No, those people are cooked.
No,
I mean, it's over.
They're done. It's over. It's over. There are a lot of grandparents in this country where I'm just like, I don't know why you guys are still talking about that. Oh, have you seen that podcast, The Necessary Conversation?
No.
Oh my God, we should actually talk about that. So there's this podcast called The Necessary Conversation. And basically,
unnecessary or necessary?
It's called The Necessary Conversation.
The Necessary, okay.
And it's basically a podcast between these two adult children who are liberals and their parents who are Trump supporters. And the idea was that, I think initially, was that for them to sort of communicate with each other and like find a common ground or whatever.
Dad, would you be okay with U.S. troops shooting unarmed U.S. citizens?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because if you're against us, you're against us.
Who's us?
And this is hey, I told you to years ago this was going to happen. Now it's happening. And you guys are, I mean, your bottom line is all you Democrats are nothing but cowards.
Now it's basically just the daughter being like, you fundamentally hate me, don't you? You wish I was dead. And the dad being like, yes.
Holy shit.
It's basically devolved. The dad is evil. The dad is evil.
Why are they still agreeing to do the podcast then?
Because tons of people watch it.
That's crazy.
Because tons of people watch it. Because it has tons of views. But like the dad, I mean, the mom is like the person who sews the Klan uniforms. Like she's definitely like, she's in cahoots and complicit. The dad is straight up evil. He is like maybe one of the most monstrous people I've ever, to the point where I'm like, I know they've got to still be doing this podcast just for the money.
Yeah.
Because it's like basically like the daughter gets up there and she's just like, she basically says like, do you not care about my humanity? Do you not care about my children's humanity? And the dad doesn't even waffle. He's like, no, I don't. He's not a good person. He is a monster. And it's just, all the comments are just like, why are you platforming this piece of human garbage? And it's like, to the point where it's kind of like, this isn't really a necessary conversation anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's not a conversation. I almost wish they would just do the podcast with just the two kids, where they just talk about, because it's just like, I don't need to hear from Bob anymore.
No,
okay?
fuck Bob.
Bob isn't a good person.
No.
Bob isn't a good person. Mary, whatever the fuck her name is not a good person for being married to him. She needs to stop making excuses for him.
Yeah.
She's evil too. He's evil.
She's an accomplice. Yeah.
She's an accomplice. He is evil in a way that's like so incomprehensible, where I'm just like, oh, you hate your children. You're bitter. You're angry. You have no sense of emotional stability, and you are basically being given this like platform to like show everyone what a vile person you are.
And the podcast.
I don't know
it's
why
an unnecessary conversation.
It is an unnecessary conversation.
Yeah.
A brief BuzzFeed business update.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed has apparently talked about how they are probably gonna go out of business.
Yeah.
Or something, or whatever. I don't know. They basically tried to pivot to AI, and like, wow. Can you believe it? It didn't work.
Yeah. Shocker.
Who could have guessed? And it's just, listen.
BuzzFeed has substantial doubt it can stay in business.
Yeah, this is from like a little bit less than a month ago. BuzzFeed, the digital media company that took the mid-2010s by storm, said on Thursday that it has quote-unquote substantial doubt about its ability to continue as a business. In an earnings report released Thursday, BuzzFeed said it has engaged in quote-unquote strategic conversations about relieving its liquidity issues. Jonah, oh, go Jonah. You big annoying sack of shit. We believe there's a gap between he sucks. He doesn't. There are other people who suck more, but he's the sucker in chief. We believe there's a gap. I honestly cannot believe he's still CEO.
Cuck in chief. Cuck executive officer.
I can't believe he's still CEO. It's wild to me he's still CEO. I honestly, in my mind, I'm like, how has he not been fired by now?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. We believe there's a gap between the value of our individual assets and our market capitalization that suggests significant unrecognized upside. He's been saying nonsense like that for like 10 years.
We believe there is a gap between the value of our individual assets and our market capitalization that suggests. So meaning the individual assets, meaning likely the web page, the .com.
We think it's weird people don't like our stuff because we think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's essentially what he's saying. The company was $165 million in debt 3 years ago. That's been slashed by more than 65%, BuzzFeed said. But Matt Omer, BuzzFeed's chief financial officer, said the company is still burdened by legacy commitments.
I don't know what.
Alongside its namesake, BuzzFeed also owns the news site Huffington Post.
Yes.
And online food network Tasty.
Yes, but they created Tasty. I think they also used to own Complex Networks, but they offloaded that.
Yeah.
I think they still own First We Feast and Hot Ones. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I don't remember.
We're exploring strategic options to complete the work we started years ago and position the company to operate profitably on a substantial basis.
Sustainable basis.
Sustainable. Peretti gave a hint of what that could look like in the statement. In 2016, our focus is demonstrating. Sorry, Freudian slip. In 2026, our focus is demonstrating the value of our brand's studio IP and new AI apps to the marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Good luck. Godspeed. BuzzFeed has gone through several rounds of layoffs and cost-cutting measures and sold Complex Networks in 2024.
The decline of BuzzFeed's digital empire, synonymous with its viral videos and online quizzes, has been playing out since its IPO in 2021.
Were you there when they IPO'd?
No, I'd left. That was actually that was funny because right after I left, I was angry. I was like really angry. And I was like, and I had stock options. I did not have a lot. I certainly didn't have as many as I should have been given. I can tell you that right the fuck now. Although it ultimately turned out to not matter. Do you know the story behind this? Oh my goodness. So, I was angry. I decided not to buy my stock options because I was just like, I don't fucking want them. You care. And also I was just like, I don't know if they're ever going to go public. And then 2021 rolls around. They decided to do this IPO. And I was like, fuck, I should have bought my stock options. So I was just like, I could make money. I could have made some money. Because my strike price Do you know what a strike price is? Okay, so when you're given stock options, you're not given the stock. You're given the option to buy the stock. And then you're given what's called a strike price when you join the company. And your strike price is basically what you will buy the options for if you choose to buy them. And obviously, if you get in earlier at the company, your strike price is very low. If you get in later, your strike price is much higher. My strike price was very low. It was 27 cents, which is nothing.
Wow.
Because I want to say this started off at $10 a share, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely, So like I definitely went through like a month of like sort of licking my wounds and being like, I could have made some money. Cause like it wasn't that I had a lot, but my strike price was so low that I could have bought all my shares for under $2,000. And then I could have made, I don't know, what I thought.
What you thought, yeah.
Anyway, so fast forward to IPO day. I think the stock, I want to say it debuted at like, I want to say 10-ish a share, something like that. Immediately tanks. And then people can't, like, there's some people who I'm unclear. It's unclear to me like what the problem was, but some people were able to offload earlier than others. And like, so there was, I think, a lawsuit at some point about that. I'm sort of unclear what the nature of that was about.
Yeah.
But the long and the short of it was the stock price stayed at $10 a share for about 3 seconds. And then it hovered at about like a couple dollars, and then it hovered at about 50 cents, and then it hovered at like 20. I wonder actually if it's still, I think it got delisted. I think it's,
we can look it up.
Let's, oh yeah.
What do we?
BuzzFeed Inc. stock price. $0.59. Honestly, that's an improvement.
Yeah.
That's wrong. The high point was actually $40. I'm sorry.
$40, okay.
Then 5 days later, it tanks. And then it just kind of does.
It tanked.
It tanked, and then it
really
tanked again.
tanked.
And then that one, I think that's a layoff. I want to say that right there. That the little up is a layoff.
No, the up after 2023.
No, the big spike. That big spike there, I think is a layoff. And then it just peters. Absolutely into the trash. And and a lot of people could not basically sell their stocks until long after that, like $40 a share. If I had bought my shares, I should do this math real quick. If I bought my shares, it would have cost me $1,600 if I did the math. And if I'd been able to sell them on that day, which from what I've learned, almost no one was able to. So this is not even a possibility.
But hypothetically,
if I had been able to do that, I would have made $200,000. Again, I did not buy my shares. Almost no one was able to sell their shares that day.
I wonder why. Yeah, that's so interesting.
I think also there's like you can't sell once it goes like once there's like an IPO, you can't you're like locked out for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But like some people were able to share. I think some people were able to sell their shares sooner than others because of some issues. I'm not clear like what the precise issues were because again I didn't buy my shares. But theoretically, if I'd sold it on the $40 day, I would have made $200,000.
Yeah.
Well, what happened from the time they were at 40?
People were like this. I think what happened was people started dumping their shares.
Yeah. It was also too. It was just like there was not like the way we started to consume media from this time. Like if you look at when it opened in 2021, like if you go up, like we're still in the pandemic. All through this, we're still in the pandemic.
Well, this is not a long time. You need to be so that's 5 days.
Oh, wow.
That's 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So you need to see, like this is this is an immediate drop. This isn't like don't think of it in terms of like, it's not a year scale. It's
I mean, it's from, it opened at
40 and then like does that big drop on day 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess it just,
people were dumping their shares.
People were dumping their shares.
People didn't want to buy it because it's not a good, it's a company. Well, one, it's a company with a ton of debt. It's a company with a ton of debt. It's also a company that like is no longer quote unquote cool. It's a company that's pissed off a ton of people. Mm-hmm. That I think a lot of people view like as their best days or as being over. Mm-hmm. Which like I think is true. But like
what do you think could have saved them?
BuzzFeed. Fuck, I don't know if I can say this on camera. Okay, I will allude to it. Go back in time to 2013. Don't hire that guy. Don't hire that guy. Yeah. You think he's the guy. He's not the guy. Don't hire that guy. I'm not talking about anyone in the fucking videos, okay? Just to be clear. I'm talking about like a management person, okay? Just so don't be weird, okay? Yeah, that's I think you can trace a lot of cultural problems back to one very specific problematic hire. And I think you can trace a lot of, maybe one of the days I'll get brave and I'll just be like,
well, when they go out of business in 2 weeks. Just wait. Just wait until they're gone in 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I think that they made
today's high 61 cents.
I think they thought they very much wanted to make a studio system type, but for the internet. They wanted the studio system for the internet, but they forgot the studio system is like the thing that killed Judy Garland. And so, you know, people aren't like this, especially because we're in a union town. So it's not like the studio system has a lot of like fans here.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, I think they ultimately, there are a lot of reasons why they failed. I think, like, from my perspective, one way in which they failed is they just constantly were pissing people off. They were constantly making people enemies on the way out the door. Like, just like left and right, up, down, and center. And it was just like, you can only spread that much ill will amongst your popular people until it catches up to you.
Yeah.
It's just because it was everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was mad leaving the door. And it was just like, if it's everybody, then it's you.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's interesting. Yeah. Because I think about like how the creator economy has like changed so much. And like, I was talking to a CMO recently who told me like something about like 40% of media budgets will be taken over by creators.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years.
For sure.
And I legacy media, like, you know, I mean, but to call Buzzfeed legacy media is kind of a stretch, but, you know, but for lack of a better term.
I think at this point it is.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think any structured media company that employs creators professionally, unless like that is a collective that's sort of owned by all the creators.
Yeah.
I mean, I think unless you're talking about something like Dropout.
Yeah.
Like, I think that like that, I think one thing I've learned as an independent creator is that like, BuzzFeed model was never sustainable because the BuzzFeed model is dependent on both paying your creators and also like some guys off in the corner making money on it. Yeah. And there isn't enough money for both of those things to be true.
Yeah.
There's enough money for your creators to live.
Yeah.
There's not enough money for Bill in the high rise to have like you know,
especially when Bill in the high rise isn't making any strategic decisions.
He's also not making anything.
Yeah,
he's just investing in it.
Yeah.
And it's like there is not enough money there.
Yeah.
For you know, maybe for a few unicorns there are.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about like just a real vapid, dead-eyed guy like Mr. Beast or something. Like yeah, like sure. Yeah, I think there's.
But even he said recently in an interview, he's like, you know, I'm not as rich as people think I am.
No.
Because his overhead is so high.
Well, yeah.
The overhead to do the shit that he does is so high.
Well, yeah, because he's giving away money all the time.
Yeah, he's giving away money. Also, it takes a team. He does take a huge
crew. It takes a cream. He does. I mean, listen, I think that he is the...
Don't get me wrong. He's probably very wealthy, but I don't think he's as wealthy as people think he is.
Well, it's just, there just isn't enough money there. It's like, and he's like an outlier. He's like a guy, like most successful creators are solidly middle-class people.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is really just kind of like scraping by, trying to get by. And like... Especially because, like,
unless you're selling whole, and by then that's
yeah, it's different. But that's a different ecosystem. But like, yeah, there just isn't. Like the problem with BuzzFeed is that there just isn't enough money in content creation for both the creators and for a bunch of fucking investment guys to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And the investment guys want their fucking money.
Yeah.
And like, so look, that money's got to come from somewhere. Where does it come from? It comes from the creators.
Yep.
And eventually, the creators pull out and say no.
Yeah. Because they don't want to. They don't want
to fucking fund your fucking $5 million house in Los Feliz.
Yeah, yeah.
They want to pay their student loans.
Yeah,
and so it's just, you know, like it makes me angry how many times I was told that I was like that basically like I didn't make. Oh, I mean I've talked about this on like another podcast, but like one day I discovered that there was a list at BuzzFeed. There was a list at BuzzFeed that ranked everyone by how much money they were generating for the company in terms of their public-facing creators. And that some people had access to it. Because I saw it, and I was just like, this is a thing that exists, and I'm just on it. And you're going to fucking tell me to my face that I don't have any value here?
It's crazy.
Rest in penis.
Yeah. Period. Okay, we talked about this on our drive down to San Diego, but the fanfic. So you have had fanfic written about you?
I have. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm usually a supporting character. I'm usually a support.
Oh, I thought this was like dedicated to you.
Well, okay. So like people, I think I am a character in fanfics. I'm usually a supporting character. And like granted, like none of these have been written in like the last like 6. These are all old. These are all like from the 2010s.
Yeah.
But like I'm usually like, I'm just kind of like around. I'm like Kristin was there too. I'm like a tertiary. I'm like one of the nurses that only have a first name on the pit. That's me.
You're
like,
on the night crew.
I'm like one in like the BuzzFeed fanfic. She's like, and also Kristin was like, we got to get this video to the uploader, like or something. So people know I'm not like a major fixation for people writing fan fiction. Also, I think that moment in culture has passed. I don't think people would just write RPF about me now, which would be like, I mean, here's the thing. For the record, I don't care.
Please write fanfic about me. Please write fanfic about me.
Do you want people to write fanfic about you?
Absolutely. What? I would be obsessed with it. Guys, I'll literally give you the tea. Like I'll give you real life tea for you to write about. I will send you photos of people I have had sex with.
But here's the thing,
to help inspire.
No, because here, how do I get Coke on my glasses?
I don't know. But you can DM me with any questions about my sexual fantasies, preferences, if you would like to incorporate any sort of real historical.
You don't understand what you're asking for. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jesse. Here's the thing. You think you're like, you think that people are gonna write things about you and just random men that they don't know. No. They're gonna write things about us. That's how that turned.
Okay, no scissoring with our sisters. We talked about this on the last episode. She's my big sister. Don't do some weird incest shit on this, okay? No, you can write bisexual fantasy about me all you want, but not to my sister. That's weird, okay? No sisters. No. None of that. But you are welcome. I will send you the girl I mentioned on the last podcast. You can look at her and have that. You can do I don't care, but none with my sister, okay?
I was like, sweetheart, I don't think you understand why people write fan fiction. It's to basically play Barbies with people who have relationships with each other.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, okay, that makes sense. Because when I would read the Louis and Niall,
you
and
don't have
Louis
a public relationship with anyone else. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
So it's like listen. I say for the record.
What are they gonna? They're gonna write it about me and Jason Earls.
Is he? Well, that'd be wild. That'd be like a deep ass cut. Here's the thing. I generally speaking don't care. I don't control fandom spaces. I don't care. I just don't show me. If you don't show me, it never existed. I don't go looking for it. I used to be like, did someone write about me? And now I'm like, you know what? I don't think that's for me. I think that's for God and the universe to know about. That's none of my business.
Yeah.
But I, generally speaking, I don't care. I don't think anyone feels compelled to write fanfiction about me again. I don't think that this is a particularly pressing thing we need to address. But I do think that you are a little delulu if you think someone's going to write a story about you and like a hot gas station attendant off Route 66. Like, no, they're going to write about you fucking people that you know, that they know you know, who are famous.
Okay. I'm clocking it. I'm getting it. I just thought it was like, oh, you guys are going to write a cool story about me.
Oh my God. No.
Fucking that guy from Banana Ball.
You just thought someone would write a cool story about you. No.
I was like, yeah, and I'll give you helpful material.
Oh my God.
I'll give you source material. I'll send you my text
This
messages.
is just a commission at this point. You
Yeah,
basically
you're
want
right.
to commit.
Yeah,
You
you're
want
right.
to commission erotica about yourself.
Yeah.
You want someone to write like Jesse self-insert erotica, but you don't want to pay for it. So you're like, write fan fiction about me.
That's exactly it. Fuck, you nailed it. I didn't even think about it.
You want
like
to read it
that.
and be like, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
I don't know. This is not fan fiction's not in a book. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah, like a graphic novel
I
of
know.
like commissioned erotica.
But like fandom rules, basically like the general fandom rule is that like people who create fan works
yeah.
do not interact with the people they're writing the fan works about.
Oh.
It's a wall. It's
Okay.
like because fan works are for the fans. They're not for the creators. They're for the
Okay.
fans.
Okay.
And so it used to be that like creators would be like, don't fucking do that. I don't fucking like it. And it would make people sad. It would make them sad. So it was just like, but we like you so much. We want to see your penis.
Yeah.
not really. But like
yeah.
But like it would
we
be
want to write about your penis.
we want to write about your penis.
Yeah.
Please. Like, it's so... Listen, I've been there. I've definitely been like,
No,
but why
yeah.
won't you let me write about your penis? Please. I promise I'll write a good.
Yeah. I promise I'll make it big.
I'll write a good thing about your penis.
I promise I'll do it justice.
I'll do justice for your penis. Anyway, but that is like, but now I feel like a lot of, especially like Noah Wiley's like very like
They're all aware of it.
he is in it. He references. Okay, so I don't know if I told you this. So Noah Wiley is constantly referencing fan works about himself. There is one fan work he'll basically whenever someone asks him about it, he'll be like, oh, like people love to draw, pictures of me and Jaren together. Like sometimes we're eating a sandwich and sometimes we're cowboys and sometimes we're, taking a nap in a hammock. And the thing is, he's constantly referencing like this supposed fan art where like they're taking a nap in a hammock and no one knows what the fuck he's talking about. No one has ever seen this fucking piece of art.
Of him in a hammock.
Of him and Garen Howe, or Jaren, is it Jaren or Garen? Of him and basically like of Robbie and Whitaker in a hammock. No one has fucking seen it. To the point where Tumblr jumped in. It was just like, I think the hammock thing is made up. I think that's just a request. I think you just want, so people started like drawing it like basically like after this because it was just like, dude, you just made this up.
Yeah.
You just made up a scenario.
Yeah.
He was like, whoa, it'd be so crazy if someone drew me and my co-star in a hammock. Whoa. He basically did what you were doing.
What I want.
But Noah Wiley doing that is like so different. It's like very, very, it's a huge turn from how fandom spaces used to, or how creators used to react towards fandom spaces.
Yeah.
Where like, and like granted, like he doesn't know all the rules. Like he doesn't understand that like, he'll be like, it's art of me, and like he'll use his actual co-star's name. So it's like, no, it's art of Robbie and Whitaker or Robbie and Jack Abbott. It's not you, it's your character. It's a very distinct difference.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get that because he's old and he's not in fandoms because he's been hot his whole life. So like, why would he need to be? But like, it's very different and very like refreshing. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's refreshing.
It's also got like a guy like of that generation of Hollywood. I think too, being like acknowledging it at all is really cool.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he loves. I think honestly, what happened was he was on a hit show and then he kind of was on some other stuff for a while, and then he was like, I'll never be on a hit show again. And now he's on another hit show, and he's just like, I think he's just like, It's a Wonderful Life, where it's just like, you're right, I do love Christmas.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, give me all the art of me and this hot guy as cowboys or whatever. I think he's just he's drinking in it.
The thing I wanted to talk about was our embarrassing songs that we like.
Oh, have we not talked about this?
No.
Oh no, I was kind of hoping we would never talk about this. I was hoping. Okay, I was just checking the time to make sure we're.
Yeah.
I was hoping we would never discuss this. I feel like so this came up. This came up when we were driving back from San Diego.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a song that I love that I that I love that is so embarrassing that I love it. It's so embarrassing. And you were like, what is it? And I was like, it's Creed's My Own Prison, which I can't stress this enough is very incongruous with my brand and deal. Like, when I tell people that, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You have it. I think the funniest part when you told me that was that you don't have it on any playlist, but it comes to you so often, the urge to listen to it. You'll literally look it up every time you want to listen to it, which means that that's like pretty frequently like just add it to a playlist at that point. Like,
I know all the words. I just won't put it on a playlist. I refuse to put it on a playlist. I refuse to admit that I love Creed's My Own Prison. I refuse to that I like this like Christian butt rock song from the late 90s.
it was so funny. We were listening to it on the way back, and I was like, it's funny that at the time, like, you and the soldiers in Iraq were listening to the same music. Like,
listen, I've told you this. Like, I spoke at my high school graduation, right?
Yeah.
I gave a speech. where I was like, we are the 9/11 generation.
Yeah.
And I think that I would say
My Own Prison.
Creed's My Own Prison. I don't know what it is about that song. I just like the fucking bass line kicks in. It's just like, yeah, he's right. He did cry out to God. Seeking only. No, I'm not doing I'm not singing this fucking song.
Thank you guys for submitting your questions. Keep them coming. tinyurl.com/nightsschooladvice. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to end on a fun one. How do I tell this 60-year-old volunteer? Did we answer this already?
No.
Okay. How do I tell this 60-year-old volunteer at my job I want him expeditiously?
Okay, do you want him expeditiously in that, like, you want him quickly, or like you, I mean, well,
he's not going to get there quickly. He's 60, so give him a second. Let him get a running start.
Wow. I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. Are you both available?
Yeah.
Are you both available? I bet he is going to be so flattered and excited. I think even if he is not in a place in his life where he can have sex anymore. I don't know. I don't understand. I mean, listen, I don't know this man, and
Blue Chew exists.
It does, but there's more to it than that. It's not just penis. It's also like, do your joints work?
Oh, right.
Can you do, like, you know, can your heart handle that activity? There's a lot going on there. I mean, I don't know. Listen, 60 is still young. I think 60's still young. 60's still young.
Yeah.
You know what? 60's still young. I've decided this.
He would actually probably be very impressed if you asked him out.
I think you should ask him out. I don't understand. I think I need more details, but I don't understand why it's the problem. I feel like this man, in a lot of ways, well, I don't know if it's a him. I bet this man probably could use an ego boost. So even if he's not interested, he is going to ride that high all the way to Christmas.
Yeah.
And so you are, in a lot of ways, doing an important public service for a almost AARP member, I think.
Yeah. And you know, if you do ask him out and then on the date, start asking about doctor's appointments. Like, get an idea of how his health is.
Yeah, just maybe ask him like what his pill schedule is. Yeah. Like, maybe just like find out, like,
and if he's all clear to good, you know, you can ride that ride till next week.
Listen, I feel like, you know, I think that you should have some fun. I think everyone should have some fun. I said earlier this year, this should be the year of throwing ass, and I have not back down from that, just because it's April and we're all a little bit more beaten down than we were 3 months ago.
Yeah, for real.
But I think that I don't understand. Like, are you afraid that he's gonna, like? What are you afraid of?
Maybe there's like an age gap.
Oh,
like
of course there's an age gap.
Well, yeah.
There's probably a giant age gap. That's why it's fun.
Yeah.
Listen, I think you should tell him that you want him, because I think he is going to be thrilled.
He's also a volunteer, which means there's probably like no power dynamic at play.
Oh yeah, make sure there's no. Oh yeah, well, I don't know. I guess obviously make sure there's no power dynamic. I was more thinking through in my head like what the power dynamic would be. I don't really know.
He's not like an intern. He's a volunteer.
Yeah, and like obviously, you know, don't hurt people that you have power over. Obviously, like I feel like that goes without saying. But yeah, I think you should just tell him. I don't think there's any barrier to entry here. You know, I think it's just. This is a man who most likely is going to be real excited to hear that he is very desirable. And even if he is not interested, this is going to make his year. Like, he is going to be so happy. Especially because if he's a volunteer at the job, that means that, like, either he's retired and he's probably like, doesn't really know what to do next with his life.
Yeah.
You know, probably is feeling a little adrift. Probably is feeling like, I don't really know like what this all means. Cause like 60, I feel like 60 is a really tough year. I think like 60 now is what we used to think of as 40.
Yes.
I think 40 now is like just so the beginning of so many things that it like doesn't really like, I'm 41. It doesn't really.
I think like 40 is like 30.
Oh yeah. 40 is like 30. I think 60 is what we think of as 40. I think 60 is when you're like, my life is truly more than halfway over. Now what? Like, how do I enjoy the years? You're thinking about it in terms of like, how many Christmases do I have left? How many summers do I have left? So like, you've got to keep in mind, this is a man who like probably is going to be so excited for you to tell him, be vulnerable. Okay. I think that you should give him that gift. I think that's a gift that you should give him. You know, and I don't know, you may get fucking railed. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you'll kill a man. Either way. It'll be a
solve
story.
The problem. Yeah.
It'll be a story. It'll be a great story. I rode this guy to death.
All right, it's a good place to end. My mailing list is at KristinChirico.com. That's where all my tour dates are. Please sign up for my mailing list so that I can, you know, do stand-up comedy.
Bye.
Bye.